Hello viewers, Sniper Wolf 1001 here with another figure unboxing and review, and today we're going to take a look at the Maisto Datsun 240z Special Edition. This is actually one of my favorite of the Z cars. The 240Z, I think it has like an amazing looking design, such an amazing like Japanese muscle car, and I'm pretty happy that I got this. Got this as a gift during Christmas. So I'm just gonna take a look at this. So take a look at the package here. There's not really too much to look at the actual box, but as you can see here, this is a 1/18th scale, so it's a pretty sizable model here of the car as well. Taking a look at the back, of course, it's gonna tell you some of the different features that it has. So of course, it's die-cast metal. Opening doors and parts, adjustable front wheels, workable steering, independent spring suspension. Different features and stuff on this. So I'm pretty excited to jump into this and then see what this is like out of the box. So I'm just gonna unbox this real quick. So I decided to do a quick little cut there just because I had to unscrew the model from the black base that it came with inside the box. But taking a look at the model, very beautiful model here. I'm really liking the paint job that they did on this. It's like a nice beautiful blue that they have here. In the footage, you might not be able to get a perfect sense of what the color looks like, just because it looks like a bit of a brighter blue there, but looking here, it seems like there's a bit of like a grayish tint on this, so it's a bit like a grayish blue, which looks really nice. I really like how this color blends really well with the chrome on the car. You can see with the chrome bumper here looking very shiny and reflective. It goes really well with the rest of the chrome on the car. Like this color combo looks really good, especially with the blacks here, with the black rim, the chrome on the outside of it as well too, looking really good. I really love the paint job on this. It's honestly very beautiful looking. Taking a look at the door, I really like the fact that the side view mirror here actually works. Like it's they have a little mirror in there, so it actually reflects stuff. You can kind of see behind it a little bit, so which is pretty cool. Taking a look on the inside here, just to open up the door. So on the interior is pretty simple, very black interior. There's a lot of gauges here, but I like the wooden steering wheel. It's one of the things I really like about a lot of these classic cars, a lot of these older cars where they have, or these muscle cars where like they have the wooden steering wheel with like the thin three extensions here, which look really good. Even taking a look at the shifter seems to have like a wooden material on the top of it there, looking really good. And another detail that's pretty cool, you might not be able to see this too well, because I think I would need to actually get the camera on the inside of the car, but the gauges actually have quite a bit of detail on them as well too. You can see all of the different imprints or markings in the various different gauges there, which is actually pretty cool. That's a lot of small details for a car model, which I definitely really appreciate. Taking a look at the door panel here, you can see this silver handle here, or the armrest, and you can also see like the manual window handle there, which is pretty cool. You don't really see those too often anymore, but definitely a lot of detail here, looking really good on the door. Taking a look at the side here, really liking the Z logo that they have right here just by the tailgate, just as the camera focuses there. Very nice looking logo, and you can get like a nice image of the paint here, looking very beautiful. Taking a look at the back here, I've always loved the rear design of the 240Z. I love the taillights, love the way that they look, as well as how well they blend with the shape of the car. They definitely complement it really nicely, especially with the chrome at the bottom here, looking really good, and then how the shape of the car, how it kind of like flows upward like that from the back end. Really liking how this looks. And on top of that too, really love how it has like the Datsun 240Z marking there on the tailgate, looking really good. Taking a look on the inside here, opening the tailgate up, There seems to be a lot of trunk space in here, which is kind of cool. Like, I guess this is a two-seater, so they definitely sacrifice, or they definitely take advantage of the fact that there's no rear seats in here. So there's a lot of trunk space. Liking the little wheel well, the wheel well bulge here that you can see, so where the tire would be kind of coming up a little bit through the interior, which is kind of cool. Definitely a lot of trunk space in here. Really liking how this looks. A lot of detail as well there, and then you can actually see the rear view mirror. You can see the rear view mirror is very reflective. You might not be able to see it too well. The camera is a little blurry, kind of looking into there, but the rear view mirror is very reflective. You can kind of see my finger in there, which is kind of cool. Really liking the fact that the rear, like all of the mirrors, the rear view mirror and the side view mirror, work on this too, which is pretty cool. Of course, the license plate here. It would actually be kind of cool if with these Maisto models you can kind of like commission a custom license plate here. That would actually be pretty cool. Having like my own custom license plate for my 240Z here would be pretty sweet. Looking at the tailgate, I mean not the tailgate, the gas tank here. Of course, it has a little bulge there, which is pretty good. Of course, looking at the bottom of the car, definitely a lot of stuff you can see here. Of course, like the chrome exhaust here going all the way down, looking really good. A lot of detail on the bottom here, which is pretty cool. And another thing too that I really like about this model is how the suspension works. You can actually see that if you take a look right in here, you might not be able to see it too well, but if the camera focuses, there's a bit of a, like, you can see the spring in there for the suspension. There we go, like right as it focuses there, you can see the spring there for the suspension. And the thing that's kind of cool is how the suspension actually does move a little bit with the movement of the tire, with the whole system here, which is actually pretty cool. That's actually a lot of detail here for the suspension on this model, especially looking at the grip of the tire here, like the tire tread here. There's a lot of very heavy detail. I love the fact that the suspension actually moves, which is pretty cool. And then, of course, like just going back into the interior, I like the fact that with the Maisto models, I like how when you turn the steering wheel, it actually turns the wheels themselves as well too. So definitely giving that very realistic action to the model here, which I definitely really appreciate. That's actually really cool. This is my first Maisto model, my first car model, so it's like I definitely really appreciate the small details that they have here with the moving steering wheel and whatnot, as well as the suspension on this as well too. Now, taking a look at the engine, I really like this design here where the hood opens up in the opposite direction. Of course, looking really nice when you take a look at it from the front, but taking a look in the actual engine bay, you can see we have like a pretty big engine here. This is an inline 6 2.4 liter engine, which is pretty good, man. Like, it's pretty sizable engine in here. A lot of stuff that you can see on the inside, which is pretty cool. There's a lot of detail going through it here. Of course, there's a lot of black parts on the inside here for sure. And another thing too, going back to the front end of the car, of course, I really love the shape of the front end. The design of it's really nice, but the headlights, I really love the way that they detailed the headlights on this. You can see that just as the camera focuses here, the headlights almost look like real headlights because you can see it has that kind of lined texture from the lens there, which is very beautiful. It almost looks like it has like a bulb on the inside too, which is pretty cool. A lot of detail going through this, which is very beautiful. Even at the bottom here, with these bottom lights, right down here, very similar detail to the actual headlight up there too, where it kind of looks like it has that texture underneath there, which is very beautiful. And then of course you have the side marker lights there too. Honestly, this is a very beautiful model, and I'm very satisfied with this. Even like the movement of the wheels as well too. They move like very freely, and then like the detail on the actual rim here, you can see we have like the Datsun, like the D logo right in there. Of course, the rim design with the black and silver looking really nice. Honestly, I'm very happy with this model. For it being my first car model, I'm very happy with this. This is actually a car that I really hope to get in the future, because I actually want to kind of build this up and make this as a track car. It's definitely one of my favorites in the Z series of cars. Like, I think the 240Z might be my favorite Z car. Like, it's hard to say if this is my favorite or the 370Z, but honestly, the Z series of cars, really sick series. Like, I really love these cars, but I think the Datsun, really love the design of it. It's a very beautiful, Japanese muscle car design. Has a very nice flow to it as well too, and of course this paint job looking really good. There's not really too many things that I can say that's bad with this. If I want to go on to my final thoughts here, I can't really say that there's really too many faults on this at all. There's definitely a lot of stuff that impressed me with this model. Even looking down to the dash here, where you can see the vents right behind the windshield here, and then of course like the detail on the gauges, the mirrors, the working suspension, the way that the steering wheel moves with the wheels. A lot of detail there, and then the engine bay as well too. I'm definitely really impressed with the paint job. That's probably like one of my favorite things on this model. It's very shiny, especially with the chrome parts on here looking very beautiful. I'm really loving this model. And honestly, very happy for this being like my first car model. But that's going to bring this review to a close. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys found it informative. There's definitely going to be a lot more figure unboxings and reviews coming in the future, and I hope you guys stay tuned and look forward to that. But with all that said, I hope you guys have a good day or good night, depending on where you are, and I'll see you all later.